I am amazed at what's happening here. After all of this discussion about what Donald Trump did and didn't do and what he responded to, the left, in my opinion, is getting the most egregious pass. These guys from BLM putting out this depiction of a hang glider coming. It's disgusting. The idea that members of Congress are defending or not calling out Rashida Tlaib, the idea that college campuses are and the funny part about it, excuse me, it's not funny. The disgusting part about it is all on the left. Where is the concern about all of these folks on the left, Chris Stigall, when this was the right and it was Charlottesville and all this, everyone's talking about how disgusting it was. There is no outrage, no calling out Iran, no calling out Hamas. Joe Biden hasn't called out his own party, his own members of Congress, the left, the college students, and all these other people, the BLM movement that they praised, that Kamala Harris helped fund.
When you have a president that takes 4 days to formulate a articulate thought about it, I don't suppose there's much leadership to show the way, to be clear about it. I wonder a lot about all of these Chardonnay drinking wine moms in the suburbs of various cities who put the black square in solidarity with BLM. I wonder how they reconcile that today. All of these people that threw in with that political, the NFL also kind of cracks me up. They were one of those forces that threw in with BLM and the kneeling and the whole thing. And now they're issuing all these statements, these robust statements of standing with Israel. These are strange bedfellows, these people. They threw in with this, folks, a couple of years ago, and now we see where they're aligned. So my hope, Jake Tapper said it this week. Gosh, I can't believe, I'm shocked at all of this anti-Semitism coming from our side, when we knew all along that's where it always resided.
Yeah, but Joe Pags, there's no consequences for it. Like, these guys all threw their lot in with Black Lives Matter. They put the little square up. They wrote stuff in end zones in the NFL. And where is the accountability that that's who you bought in with? That's your group. If this was the right, they would be going nuts and saying, you see all these things. You had dinner with this guy and he said this 20 years ago. And Nancy Mace condemning Steve Scalise for something 20 years ago. And yet no accountability for all these guys who threw the lot in with BLM.
They were all walking the tightrope the entire time. I had Mark Cuban on probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. They said, Mark, why on earth would the NBA not want me to watch? Why would they put Black Lives Matter underneath the court, under the lacquer? And he said, well, you can believe Black Lives Matter, but not believe in the .com. I say, yeah, but you guys are all doing the .com, and you've been doing it since day one. The Black Lives Matter charter said it on its webpage. They deleted it shortly thereafter. I saved it. That they want to get rid of the Western nuclear family, that they're a Marxist organization that's for LGBTQXYZ. They never, ever really did anything for Black lives. Right. And at the end of the day, they're all living in these very, very expensive millions of dollars in mansions. And then they put out this depiction about how happy they are that the so-called Palestinians flew in and killed people at a music festival. People should be running away from that going, holy crap, my hair is on fire. I didn't realize how horrible these people were, although the writing was on the wall. You should have known how horrible they were from the beginning. But they're not. Isn't it the most stunning thing? Republicans in 1 second will go, holy crap, I didn't know. And then they'll walk away from something that obviously is disgusting. The left doesn't want to do that. They want to pretend like, well, this is just a small thing out of Chicago. The one group in Chicago did it. Everybody doesn't believe that. And of course, we love Black lives.
Right.
But think about what people like Stephanie Rollins Blake have said in Baltimore. Ever since she was the first Democrat of note that came to mind when we saw Baltimore burning years ago. And she said we need to give them space to destroy. The left here domestically is constantly entertaining this notion that violence, maybe even murder, maybe looting, sometimes we need to understand the place of anger from which it comes.
Yeah. Chris, it's not looting. Hold on a second. It's a group of young people without opportunities. You can't call them
That's right. Everybody's got to eat. Meatball in Philadelphia said, everybody got to eat. That's why I got a Rob Lululemon. I got to eat.
Right. She was drinking a free fifth of vodka or something as she was screaming that. Right. So.